There's this scene in the Godfather trilogy, I think it's Godfather 1, where someone who has worked for the family for a long time, they find out that he's kind of been behind the scenes betraying people. And so the guy's getting taken on a car ride, and he knows what's about to happen. So he says right before he gets into the car, please tell so-and-so, it was never personal, it was only business. It was never personal, it was only business. This, colleague, is a thought worth thinking. One of the key moves that we need to make in our minds and hearts, if this job is going to be a source of satisfaction for us and not existential threat, is we've got to separate our identity from our performance. This is also one of the key moves that our students need help making. They need to separate their identity from their performance so that they can focus on improving their performance without threatening their identity. Teachers who are good at helping their learners to make this transition end up being teachers who make a huge impact, both academically, because a learner is able to optimally grow when they can focus on their performance without having their identity threatened, and just at a whole life perspective, because this is such a lost ability. The ability to separate your sense of self-worth from how you're doing it, what you're working on. And so sometimes I say to my students this line from The Godfather, and sometimes I say it to myself. It's not personal, it's just business. It's not personal, it's just business. What's this look like in my practice? One way that it looks is when I'm handing back student work that I've given feedback on or a grade on, I'm always mindful of the fact that some of them are going to by default take this personally, and that will shut them down. I don't want that to happen, and so I externalize something that's true. I say, I never like you more when you do well on a paper. I never like you less when you do poor on one. I never like you more when I'm giving you good feedback, and I never like you less when I'm giving you difficult feedback. You can't earn my love through doing good. You can't lose my love through doing bad. These are the types of language that I use when I'm talking to my students, and so I say that repeatedly to them when I'm giving them work back or feedback on something like they're speaking. Now, in my heart, if I receive some difficult feedback from a colleague or a parent or a student or a boss, that's a place where I might say, Dave, it's just business. Focus on what you can learn from this. What can you take away from this? It's not personal, it's just business. That's something that I might do. When I'm having to look at my time, when I find that I'm overloaded with work, I have to step back for a second and say, okay, what has to go, or what do I have to satisfice, intentionally underachieve on in order to get back into a good spot? And when I'm looking at that, I really need to take some distance with my identity, and so I might say to myself, it's not personal, Dave, it's just business. Which of these is the furthest removed from what you're actually after in your work? Whichever is furthest removed, that's the thing that you're going to intentionally underachieve on first. It's not personal, it's just business. And when I'm interacting with other colleagues, and maybe I have to give some hard feedback, or maybe I feel like I've let them down, I have to tell myself and try to exude with my words, it's not personal, it's just business. Our relationship is okay. It's always going to be okay because I like you just for being you. In the words of our friend Fred Rogers, it's you that I like. Hey, more Thoughts Worth Thinking videos are coming. Make sure that you're subscribed to the channel in order to not miss a single one. And if this helped you, please share it. It means a lot to me.